Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We'll be working in inequalities in triangles and you will be able to work on 8.6. Today students will be able to use inequalities involving angles of triangles and sides of triangles. So before we do that, let me give you some information. So it says if two sides of a triangle are not congruent, okay, so it's a scalene triangle, then the larger angle is opposite the longer side. The median angle is opposite to the medium side, and the smallest angle is opposite to the shortest side. So in here, let's say that we have this triangle and it says name the parts from smallest to biggest. And so in here, I already named, they only give us the angles, right? The angles in here. So the angles is easy to just name them. The smallest is the one with 21 degrees, so it's angle B. The angle with the medium measurement is 58 degrees, which is angle A. And the biggest angle is angle C because it's 91 degrees. For the sides, how can we find that? Well, it's opposite to, the smallest side is opposite to the smallest angle. And so, if I'm talking about the smallest angle as angle B, opposite to that is going on the other side. But something that we notice is that if we're talking about the smallest angle being B, then the side will be AC. Notice how it does not include the letter B. Okay, so side AC is the shortest side. The medium size angle is angle A because it's 58 degrees. So the medium size side will be CB or BC. Okay, it doesn't matter if you write CB or BC, but that's the medium. Why? Because it's opposite. Again, how can you know it's opposite? Well, if we're talking about angle A, don't use that letter. Just use BC. And for angle C, is this right here? Well, that's the biggest angle. The longest side is, don't use that letter, AB. Okay? So if we're talking about angle C as the largest, cover that letter, and it's the other two letters for the largest, longest side. Okay? Okay, so let's go to some specific examples. In here it says, you're given a triangle PQR, you're given the measurements of the sides, and so now you're gonna find or name the angles from smallest to largest. Well, I can see that the smallest side is this one, QP, because it has 3 feet, but it's not asking for the smallest side, PQ, it's asking for the angle. So since we have PQ, the angle is going to be angle R. So it's very similar to the other one where basically if it's this side, you cover that and whatever is open, that's going to be the smallest. The medium sized, well, the other two measurements are 6 and 7. 6 is the medium. So 6 is the measurement of this side, so you can cover those letters, and the medium angle will be angle P. And for the the largest angle, well, I look at the largest side, which is this side, 7 feet, which is PR. So the angle that is wider or largest is angle Q. Okay, so it's opposite. So if covering the letters confuses you, just remember that if we're talking about this side, it's going to be the one opposite. Okay, so this angle right here. Okay, let's do one more or some more. It says name the angles from smallest to largest, so something similar. Excuse me. But in here we're given measurements of two sides with variables and one angle. They're asking for angles, okay? So it's just gonna be one letter. Okay, we already know that a triangle, the sum of all three angles are 180. So if this one is already 110, that means that for these two together, it's going to be 70. That means that these are shorter than this angle. What does that mean? That now I just have to figure out which one of these two angles is the smallest, okay? Well, I have that the side that is smaller is 3x because this is 4x. So if 3x is km, those are the letters that I'm gonna cover, and so the smallest angle is angle L, okay? Remember that if this is the smallest side, then the angle opposite to that is going to be the smallest angle. Smallest side smallest side is opposite of the smallest angle. So it doesn't touch that side, and those letters touch that side, so it will be this one. The medium side will be ML. ML is the medium side. So opposite to that is not this angle because it touches it. It's not this one because it's right adjacent to it, but this one right here. Okay, this angle, which is angle K, is opposite of ML. And finally, we know that this is the biggest just because it has a lot of degrees. Okay, so it's angle M. And if we think about it, if we're talking about, it doesn't ask for that, but if it's asking about for the sides, we know that KM is the smallest, right? Because it's opposite of the smaller angle. ML is the medium side because it's opposite of K. And M is the biggest, so the opposite of that is KL. Again, how do you know it's opposite? You just point in the opposite direction. Okay, that's one way, or you can just cover it. If this is the smallest, cover L, so the left ones are KM. The medium one is K, cover K, ML is the medium. The largest or biggest angle is M, angle M, cover M, and so the longest side is KL. Okay, let me see if I can fit this exercise. Well, for this one it says, a gardener wants to put a plant in the larger corner of a garden with shape of a triangle. Where will he place the plant? So there it is, the plant, ready to be placed somewhere in there. And it says that it's in the larger corner, meaning that it's going to be opposite of the largest side. I can see that this is 7.5 feet, this side is 9 feet, and this is the longest, which is 10.5 feet. Opposite of AB is angle C. Remember that it doesn't use the letters, okay? If the longest is AB, then the angle is going to be angle C. So where's my plant gonna go? Right there in that corner, because it's opposite of the longest side. And that's it for this one. Okay, in here we have, it says name the sides from the shortest to longest, from shortest to longest. Okay, so it says in triangle XYZ, measurement of angle X is 67, measurement of angle Z is equals to 102 degrees, measurement of angle Y is equals to 11 degrees. since it's asking for the shortest and it's asking for the sides, remember that sides have 2 letters. Okay, from shortest, which one is the smallest angle? It's 11, which is angle Y. I cover angle Y, and what are the 2 other letters left? X, Z. So that's the shortest. Shortest is X, Z. The medium? Okay, after 11, what's next? 67 or 102? Well, it's 67, which is letter X. I cover letter X, and the medium size side is YZ. And you can put or not this line here. It all depends on some books put for every single line segment they put it, others forget, I guess, I don't know. Okay, for the last one, the largest is angle Z with 202. So the longest side, well, I cover Z, and it's gonna be side X, Y. Okay, remember, you just don't use the one for that angle, and that's gonna be the opposite side. In here it says name the sides from shortest to longest. Well, to be able to figure that out, I need to know which one is the shortest angle, but I don't have one of them. However, I know that this angle, I'm just gonna call it X, plus 59 plus 63 gives me 180 degrees. X plus 59 and 63 is equals to 122. Let me just check. Yeah. So I subtract 122, and so X gives me 58 degrees. Now I know that that's the shortest because 58 degrees, 59 degrees, and 63. So 58 degrees is the shortest angle, but what is the shortest side? Remember that they're asking me for side. So if this is the shortest angle, I cover that letter, and what's the shortest side? FH. So that's what I'm gonna put, FH. The next measurement would be 59 degrees, which is angle F. So what opposite of angle F is this side, which is, again, we don't use that letter, so it's just GH. And remember that you can say FH or HF, GH or HG, okay? Finally, the largest angle is H. I cover the letter H because I know that opposite to that is the other side, so it's FG. Okay? Remember, it's opposite. So basically, G is opposite to FH right there. F, which is 59, is opposite to GH. And 63 degrees, which is angle H, is opposite to that side, which is FG. So you can think of it as the opposite, or just cover the angle that is smaller. The smallest side is that. Cover the middle size angle. The opposite side is that. Okay, whatever is not covered. Finally, says name the angles from smallest to largest. In triangle XYZ, XY equals 7 meters, YZ equals 9 meters, and XZ equals 9 meters. So how can I find the angles? We know that angles are one letter, not 2 letters, but 1 letter. Okay? Oh, and remember, this can be with the line segment on top. Okay. So the angles are gonna have this marking, or this symbol, sorry, and it's gonna have only one letter. So again, I'm gonna look for the smallest measurement. In this case is 4. I cover the 4, which is XZ, XZ, and the letter that is left is letter Y. So that's the smallest angle because it's opposite of XZ. The next measurement is 7. It's the medium-sized side. So XY, I cover XY, and my medium side angle, my medium size angle is angle Z. And finally, the biggest or longest side is YZ with 9. So I cover YZ, and my largest angle is angle X. So this is it. That's how you can find or actually order angles and sides from the smallest to the largest. And you can even you do it the other way around, from largest to smallest, depending on what they ask. But I hope you have fun.